Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the third session of our Spotlight series on PLM and its role in the age of Industry 4.0. My name is Anna, and I'm going to be your host for today. Today's webinar is going to take approximately 45 minutes, and it's going to be split into two sessions. First, Mattias Holgersson will tell us briefly about the PLM Center of Excellence in Scandinavia and its capabilities. And then it will follow with the session from Nicolas Creux, our VP from France and PLM expert, on how to simplify the collaboration and the production of your products and services. After this session, we'll have a short time for a Q&A. So since everyone was muted, please type your questions into the Q&A chat box, which you'll find on the right side of your screen on the GoToWebinar control panel. We highly recommend that you use your phone in order to dial in for the best audio quality. With no further delay, I'm just going to hand over to Mattias, and I hope we have a good webinar.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon and warm welcome to all of you. My name is Mattias Holgersson, and I'm the head of our Scandinavian PLM Center of Excellence. Like Anna said, first of all, I would like to thank you all for joining our webinar today. I'm really happy to see that we have so many participants in the session today. And in this session, we will have Nicolas Creux from France with us, and he will share some of our experience and lessons learned from implementing large PLM programs. So I'm really looking forward to that. But first, I would like to take the opportunity to inform you about our capabilities and the background to the webinars. And first of all, I guess you all have heard about Capgemini's acquisition of Altran. Two industry leaders joined forces to support customers throughout the entire life cycle of products and services. Capgemini is a leader of consulting, IT services, and digital transformation. And Altran is a leader in engineering and R&D services. And together, we will focus on intelligent industry. Together, we will form a major global player with more than 270,000 employees in more than 40 countries. And in Scandinavia, we will now have more than 5,000 consultants to support our customers. So that's really great. Next slide. When it comes to PLM and digital manufacturing, we have a strong global presence. We have more than 1,500 consultants working within the PLM area all over the globe. As a technology independent partner, we can deal with solutions at different platforms. We have both global and local strategic alliances with the major software vendors like Aras, PTC, Siemens, and Dassault. And we also have a great PLM footprint, as you can see in the lower right corner. Customers in several different industry sectors like aerospace and defense, automotive, industrial equipment, high-tech, energy, and so on. Next slide, please. And from this year, we also have established a local PLM team, the Scandinavian PLM Center of Excellence. And with this growing team, we will have the ability to support our Scandinavian customers, both locally and globally. This team is just in its beginning, and we will continue to grow. At the same time, we will leverage our global capabilities and bring our global knowledge, experience, and assets to our Scandinavian customers. Next slide, please. So what is it that we really do within PLM and digital manufacturing? Well, we offer an end-to-end digital manufacturing solution. And that could be, all the way from strategy, design and development of processes, implementations, rollouts, training, support, and so on. And we have the ability to scale, as we can see in the right part of this slide. We have local experts in our local PLM team. We have support from global experts and communities within Capgemini. And we have the alliances with the partners I told you about before. And finally, a dedicated short PLM team. So to summarize, we offer an end-to-end PLM and digital manufacturing solution at a flexible scale. That's a short introduction. And with that, I would like to hand over to Nicolas.
Thank you, Matthias. I'm very happy to be with you this afternoon and to make a spotlight on our capacity to the product lifecycle management at Capgemini and what we can offer for our project and for our customer today. First of all, my first topic is to say that the world is changing. In fact, we are not discussing about PLM only for engineering, but our vision is clearly to have an end-to-end vision of the PLM. In fact, PLM is more an enabler to help you and to help you to go to this amazing journey of the digital twins, and digital twins with an S at the end. Because definitely we want to connect the dots between the different worlds into your company. We want to help you to ensure the digital continuity and the digital continuity into your company. So we need to address through the PLM the different areas. We need to work on engineering, we need to work on manufacturing, on service, and after to the connect product to have an augmented PLM where we are bringing the digital twins by the end-to-end vision. Definitely, if we make a status of today and tomorrow, we see that there is different dots and different technology we are bringing into the company. And the value that we want to bring to you and into your journey is definitely to move from separate dot to the connected dot to the continuity between the dots. And to do that, we will use PPR, Product, Process, and Resources Management, to be sure that we are able to link the different dots into your company and to have a continuity vision about that. So here, it's clearly to federate also the data and to move from document to the data world and to ensure in the different silos of the company the continuity between the data. It brings you also a change in people and the way to work also. So our mission today is definitely to help you to manage your digital engineering lifecycle management, to help you to transform yourself by implementing new methodology with new way of working, to be sure to ensure the master data and to be sure also to ensure the data continuity between the different parts of the company. It's an amazing journey that we're in front of you. And today we know that it's also a question of people, and that's why we are talking about transformation. So we need to transform also the knowledge. And you are the actors and the best ambassador to make this transformation. But we can bring you some methodology, value, and a way of working or retex that we get on other projects and countries. So there is major changes we are facing off. The first one is that the business is changing. The business into the company is changing. We need to have more traceability end-to-end. We need to open the new topic as like an MBSE, because we need to structure the data differently. We're not changing your system, we are transforming them. The second point is it is a digital transformation. It's an amazing world in a huge transformation. So we need to win in productivity and in efficiency and to manage the digital continuity. It's also the opportunity to rethink the collaboration. Definitely, where we are enabling the digital transformation, we need to break the silos into the company. Or perhaps we cannot bring at all, but we need to move slowly and to go down the different wall between the different departments and different way of working. And where we're talking about collaboration rethinking, we are not talking about only your company, but we are talking about your customer and your company with your ecosystem, your suppliers and your partners. And today, how can we manage that? We cannot manage that to handle also the challenges of the end-to-end processes. we know that the PLM is coming from engineering, but today we are not talking only about engineering. We need to talk about the new domain, like a manufacturing, like requirement management, and we need to take benefit to the current applications that we are delivering to open new domain and new chapter in your end-to-end process to bring all the data together. So today, our vision is to say that the PLM is a key enabler to accelerate and to simplify your process, so to accelerate your development. To do that, there is two main pillars. The first pillar is to have an agility into your business, to able to manage the new way of working, but also an agility in IT. We need to transform the IT to make the IT transparent, to accelerate the agility in business. And our knowledge and know-how around this can help you to accelerate this digital transformation. Some references. As Matthias said, we have more than 20 years experiences around PLM. We work in Airbus, in transportation, in different areas, automotive, aerospace. We are working also in energy and utilities in different way and where we help the customer to transform themselves, but also we open PLM to new markets, to new way, to new area, like ST Microelectronics, Walmart, TE Connectivity, or like in retail where we work in Johnson & Johnson, Blueberries, P&G, and so on, or in life science. We implement several PLM systems today, and we are able to work with all software vendors today in the market, like Dassault Systèmes, Arras, PTC, or Siemens, whatever. Or also bespoke development around PLM way of working. One example is based on Airbus. We work for more than 20 years in Airbus. Airbus is in transformation. With the crisis, it's more difficult, but is in transformation to prepare the next futures aircraft generation. To do that, we help them in their transformation. So we put a total integration around the choose Dassault Systèmes tools to develop the next generation, and we help them to make this transformation. We help them in two ways. First way, we put a DevOps chain to make the IT transparent around 3D experience product. And the second way, we are implementing in safe methodology with agile method to implement new functionality around 3D experience. In fact, we need to work with you on different challenges and key success factors. The first one is to have a clear program strategy based on your industrial method. Our industrial milestone. You get your own calendar, and it's normal, and we need to be in your roadmap and be sure that we have a quick win approach to fulfill to your program strategy, but also to help you to support you in the middle management alignment, because we are in transformation, so we need to support also the management and all the stage of the management, but especially in middle management where we know that their day-to-day is quite difficult, and so we need to bring them the values that we will deliver through the PLM program in the next years. We need also to help you on the method transformation and definitely be out of the box, because we know that the customization is great, but it's very costly. So today we develop methodology to help you to rethink and redesign your method to avoid or to minimize the customization and to maximize the value that we can deliver with the PLM system. So we need to have a functional roadmap and a leadership support. We need clearly to have a functional architecture to help you and to manage also the timeline, to be sure that we are able to deliver very quickly the value of the PLM, but also to manage the migration between your current system today and the next generation of your PLM system. And at the end, we need to have an IT industrialization. So we have a DevOps chains methodology where we're talking about factory And so we need to fulfill this case success value to have an end-to-end approach and to support you globally in your transformation program, supporting by the PLM system. To do that, based on our experience, we take 6 lessons learned, very practical and practical in your day-to-day delivery. First, we need to be pragmatic. We need to be in the way that we need to simplify your process, accelerate your process of delivery of your own product, and be sure that we need to have a quick wins approach. And we need to be very close to the business. In fact, we need to drive with you and to support in the driven mode the business expectation, business need, and be sure that the IT and the business can discuss in the same way, in the same alignment. To do that, we need to have a clearly business alignment. We need to make it alive what we are designing. And we will see, we have a wonderful tool named PLM Lab to do that and to be sure that we are all aligned of what we will deliver. And the third point is clearly in the line of that. We need to have end user adoption. We need that the solution that we are designing is adopted by the end users and by all the company. So to demonstrate the value, I talked before about quick win approach, but also to be faster and simpler, we need to have an automation on IT methodology. So we developed and skills and knowledge and assets how we can deliver very quickly some environment. To give you some numbers, now to build up a new environment with a new instance of the PLM program, we are able with our automation knowledge to deliver in 30 minutes a new and global PLM environment to the customer environment. And definitely IT transparent also, it's a cloud approach. So we are working on the cloud also, or in premise as you want, but we are able to manage a cloud approach also. And the last point is very important to get an editor partnership also with us. It's a 3-part agreement. There is you first, definitely, because you know your business and so on. Your integrator as Capgemini, where we know the way to work with an editor, and also we need to have editor to see the roadmap definition and to bring the value of the next generation or to influence the next generation of the roadmap of the product to be sure that we are able to follow the next version of the PLM system. To do all of that, we develop an execution model to drive our PLM program. First of all, we have in face this execution model is based on SAFe methodology. SAFe is a toolbox, and we adapt the SAFe methodology to develop our own knowledge around PLM implementation. There is 3 main stages: maturation, implementation, rollout. Maturation, if I make a breakdown of this model, maturation is where we are rethinking the collaboration, rethinking your way of working, your methodology, to be sure that we are closest that we can around the out of the box, and to work with editors to be sure that we are using in the best way the usage of the platform. But also it's where the business starts to work with us, to be sure that we make it alive what they want and what they need, so we can change very quickly and be sure that we are fitting to your need. And so it is a very important stage. Second point, it's the implementation stage. Here we are implementing the software, and to implementing the software we parameterize mostly, but also we work with migration interfaces to be sure that we have the framework to deliver the best value and the integration of the new PLM system. And while we're talking about migration, we are not talking about a big bang migration, but I will go deeper just after. And the third stage is the rollout. In the rollout, we will deliver the releases, implementing continuously. We can deliver every 10 weeks or 12 weeks or more faster if needed. And after we make the run operation, which is a feedback loop to the maturation and implementation. So it is a continuous delivery that we bring to you. To deliver that, we get two accelerators. First, it's a business transformation factory. In this business transformation factory, we will develop all the methodology to drive the change into your company, to support you in the drive in the changes in your company. Because we know that we need to deliver the right scale PLM tools, right simplification of your methodology. So we need to work with all the stages of the company and to deliver this transformation strategy. The second accelerator is the integration factory. In this integration factory, we are implementing all the automation, all the simplified way to work in IT and the integration of the PLM system. So we develop method and knowledge, and we have assets, and I will go deeper at the end. And finally, we need two governance way to work with us. The first is the program management, where we support you in your program management. We do not replace your own program management. We support you and we help you in your governance to give you the right information, the right dashboard, the right level of decisions that you need to take to be sure that we are accelerating your program. To do that, we need to have a specific week on management alignment. I explained that just before. And to help you, we will design with you the roadmap based on the solution definition, and you need to validate at the different stage of the company to be sure that all are aligned. But we need also to have a roundly of the objectives that we're giving to us is to be closer than we can out of the box to maximize the value. To do that, the PLM authority is a variant of that. It's editor authority, where we share with editor the progress of the program, and they share with us the next version vision, the roadmap of their product. We need to manage also the data and information. What is the flow schema? What is the data model management behind that? And we need to share also the solution architecture, the global solution architecture of your program. You can be afraid with this kind of execution model, but there is different scale to apply this model. In fact, there is boxes. We can simplify it. We can complex it as you want with the scale of your company, with the scale of the program. We have program from 10 people to 100 people working like that, and we're able to scale this model as you want, as you need for your company. Definitely, this model also allows us to work in offshore mode. We can deploy some stage of this work in offshore to accelerate and to have financial optimization of the program also. If I make a spotlight of the definition of the maturation, the first stage, so here we are working with you on the solution definition to be sure that the roadmap of the PLM program and the simplification of your process, it's clearly fitting with first your industrial milestone. Second point, with the solution and the maturity of the solution of the different topic, because we know that depending of the different software vendors, there is no the same maturity of the different topic. We need also to benefit of the strategic opportunity of the new chapter opening with a new capacity of the software solution. So we can work on the strategic opportunity and open new chapter. And we need to also work on the team maturity to be sure that the solution will be adopted at the end. So this roadmap, here I take the example for 3D experience, but I can make it for PTC or Siemens, can be adapted as you want with the software vendors. We need also to make it real. After this solution, we will work on a POC, on out of the box, to be sure that the new process that we are designing, thinking, is real. So we take your data and we make it with your data. In fact, we need to secure the implementation and also secure the business processes to inject all the innovations that we can and all the values that we can bring to you in this stage. So we deliver prototype with your data and we exchange that with the business team we will use on day-to-day after to be sure that what you dream, what we think can be real in the next weeks. And after, it's a draft plan to the implementation team who will be focused. So an example of 10 weeks of PLM lab. First, we have initiation, definition of what is the target. We make 2 loops of the prototyping. And after that, we make a wrap up of 1 week to be sure that we are aligned and we will deliver the good value. On implementation, we are working on maturation and on where we implement the solution with the team. So we work on product agreement. We take the same ceremony as SAFe, but we work mostly on sprint of 3 weeks because we think that it's more efficient than the SAFe traditional 2-week sprint, and we work on 4 times of 3-week sprint, and we will deliver clearly the value to the customer at the end. So just an example, we can make 1 team, 2 team, or 3 team. It's scalable. We can move to India with this point, and at the end of each sprint, we will make demonstration and we include the business. Or if you do not have the bandwidth, we can manage also to have simpler way to develop to introduce the demonstration to the business to be sure that we are converging of the solution and we are developing what we dream, what is your value. To do that, we will have also a DevOps factory, and the DevOps factory is clearly the automation of what we will deliver around PLM product. So we are able to manage 100 environments in parallel, be sure that we deliver the right level and the right environment for the right phase. So we will have a training materials update, we will have test platform update, and we have automation. It's very quick, and it's our own knowledge to develop this kind of tools. When we are talking about PLM and simplification, we need to taking account also about the past. So we need to taking account about the legacy. So we developed a strategy about feeding and how we can feed the new platform and how we can manage the pivot point where we move the authoring set between the legacy and the new system. And to do that, we are used to work with ETL and so on, but we developed a very unique offer where we can make an initial load, what you see in the screen, but also at the after the initial load, when a user updates a data in the legacy, we see it and we remigrate it in the new system. So with the on-the-fly strategy that we name that like that, we are able, or the synchronization between the legacy and the new system, we are able to manage a pivot point between the legacy and the new system. And we are managing the authoring schema between the both, and we can manage a smooth transfer between the legacy and the new system. And the clear differentiator of the way that Capgemini is driving the program. To do that, we need in Capgemini, we need assets. So we have an asset of on assessment. We have an asset of PLM lab where we developed some methodology. We have an asset also about hybrid simulation because we will deploy more openly the 3D model, the data around the PLM. So we need to manage them globally. So we are able to, in the light way, be able to manage the different BOM and the different 3D data. We have a booster who will help you to have a clear asset to implement very fastly the factory as we get the feed and migration asset, where we're able to manage also the migration and the feeding strategy. We get a cloud and we are able to deliver PLM on the cloud, whatever the cloud you want, Azure, AWS, OVH, or Outscale. And today, in my internal team, we working on all PLM on AWS or on Azure, and we deliver instance for training and industrial project on cloud. And at the end, we have a PLM hub, an asset where we have all the methodology to support you in the transformation journey. And we open in France, and we are deploying in Europe a school around PLM. where we have the first string pass with Dassault system, where we are able to manage the knowledge and to transfer the knowledge between the editor and to the integrator. All this asset is a brick of our execution model, as you understand, and help you to deliver the right value. So at the end, we have a global offer to help you on the different phase, consulting, implementation, or application. We are working with different strategic partners, and we are working on the different industry with a different framework. Is what we want to exchange with you today. Perhaps Anna, Matthias?
Yes, thank you so much. I'm actually looking through the control panel right now, and I see we have a question coming out from Lina. So she wants to know how effective is the lab approach when it comes to the execution model. And I think this one is for you, Nicola.
Yeah, thank you. In fact, the lab approach, it's a key point on our approach here, is where we federate your knowledge on your method and your business and how you want to rethink and to simplify your approach to accelerate your development of your product. And we help you to rethinking your methodology, but rethinking also be based on the value of the software you have chosen. So we make a mix of the value of the software, your methodology, centric of your methodology, and to move on your driver. If your driver is to move to the data centric, for example, we ensure you that we are keeping this objective and working with you on this objective. So the PLM Lab is a wonderful tool to do that and to accelerate this development and be sure that day after day, and not weeks or months, you will see the progress of the implementation of the solution.
Yeah, I hope it answers the questions, Lina. So again, there are no further questions here for this time. In the chat box, we've posted a link to our webpage with all the webinars hosted by Capgemini. And there is one session actually coming out in this Spotlight series, which is happening next week. So we really recommend you sign up and register and join us for this last session before the summer. For now, Nicola, Matthias, any final words?
No, I just want to thank you all for attending this webinar, and really hope that you found it interesting and hopefully it gave some ideas or food for thoughts. And if you have any questions, please reach out to myself or to Nicolas. And as you said, we have another session coming up next week, and I hope to see you there. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the day, wherever you are. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.